Halloween, or October 31st. What an amazing holiday, no wonder the Celts went crazy over it. This is the day for everything. We have candy, costumes, pumpkins, horror movies, Paccie for the PS2. That's what I'm talking about, I love it. Today we are taking a look at cursed games. Yep, pretty messed up. Okay, sure, but what is a cursed game? A cursed game can mean a lot of things. I consider a cursed game a game that caused a tragedy, a game surrounded by various rumors, or just a very spooky game. So today, we are taking all these factors and play through the most cursed games of all time, or just talk about them since some of them don't even exist. Our first game exists alright, but it was responsible for the deaths of innocent players, and no, I'm not joking. Have you ever heard of the Berserk curse? Berserk is a classic arcade game from 1980, where we control this guy and our goal is to shoot and kill the red robots that reside in every room of this endless maze. Seriously, when does it end? Well, the game ends, but that's if you lose all your lives by running into walls or being shot by the robots. Along with the robots, a mysterious character characterized by a smiley face known as Evil Otto appears to hunt down the player in every section of the maze. Yeah, Evil Otto, the classic arcade villain Evil Otto. This character would appear if you linger too long in a room, and here's the fun part. You can't kill this guy. He just keeps chasing you. Endlessly. Whoa. But none of that matters. The game killed people, damn it. It all began in 1981, when 19-year-old Jeff Daly reportedly spent 1 hour straight playing Berserk in his local arcade to achieve a high score. And when he finally got the high score of 16,660, he had an heart attack and passed away right there and then. But wait, there's more! If you take the 1 and the 0 out of the high score, you get 666, the devil's number, so this must be connected to Berserk. The second case happened 1 year later, when Peter Bukowski, a perfectly healthy boy by the way, after achieving a high score, he had an heart attack and was pronounced dead shortly after. And our third and final case, that I'm aware of, maybe there's a pile of cases on the Berserkers, who knows, happened in 1988, when after a misunderstanding between two teens, Pedro Roberts stabbed 16-year-old Edward Clark Jr. outside an arcade over Berserk. Allegedly. Yeah, this ain't your granddad's arcade game. Berserk killed 3 people. That's more than any arcade game, and it's all Evil Otto's fault. Luckily, he fits the code. Not one here. What? Only one of those cases actually relates to Berserk and it wasn't the game's fault? Oh, shit. Yeah, as expected, this was nothing more than an urban legend. Most of it anyways. The one about Peter Bukowski seems legit. He really did die while playing Berserk, but it seems that he had an heart condition and he wasn't feeling too good that day. With the combined stress of going to the arcade by foot on a snowy day and the desire of getting a high score, it culminated to his unfortunate death. The first one about Jeff Daly seems to be a rehashed version of Peter's case, and it's most likely fake since its first mentions came from old arcade forums. Also, come on, 16,660? Really? According to pro Berserk players, achieving a score like that shouldn't take longer than 20 minutes, even for casual players. And the one about the two teens? Could be true, but it was such a long time ago that it's hard to say if Berserk had anything to do with it. It's just speculation. So yeah, there's Berserk. Evil Otto's dead, so I don't think this machine will kill more people anytime soon. You know, Berserk may be crazy, but Polybius is borderline insane. Released in 1981 exclusively in Portland, Oregon, Polybius was a mysterious arcade machine supposedly created by the government to brainwash and manipulate the player's emotions and thoughts. The gameplay of Polybius has been mostly agreed upon to be similar to the game Tempest by Atari, but with weird subliminal messages snuck in. Polybius reportedly had many effects in players, stuff such as headaches, seizures, and primarily, death. Men in Black would collect data from the cabinet and then leave. After the various reports of players, the machine quickly vanished to never be seen again. Polybius was so obscure that its first mention was on the website coinop.org in 1998. The game was published by a company called Sinneslogen, suggesting that it may have German origin. Wow, Polybius seems to be a big deal. I mean, it did kill people, and there's a lot of reports of sightings while it was operational, so why was its first mention 17 years later on a random website? It's fake. What? Everyone knows it, there's no shame in hiding it. Yeah, there's no way a game like that would exist in the 80s. How would random words mess someone mentally?
I'm gonna kill myself.
Also, Polybius? The Greek guy that said to not believe in anything without proper context and evidence? I'm sorry, but that's a given. It's an urban legend, but a damn good one at that. It did make an appearance in The Simpsons. What did you do, Nudialities from Mortal Kombat 2? Kekcroc is a weird case of... I don't know what this is. It's not lost media, that's for sure. Kekcroc was a low-quality unlicensed game for the Sega Genesis, NES, MS-DOS, and Game Boy, released in 1993. Rock around the croc, yeah, that's my go-to catchphrase when f***ing. The game was reportedly sold in stores like Dollar General and Family Dollar. This was your average shovelware game from the mid-90s. The thing is, we don't have anything of this game, except the game's box art for the Genesis version and a supposed voice clip from Kekcroc.
Hey, I'm Kekcroc.
The game was described as a cheap 2D platformer with 5 levels. And Kekcroc wielded his trusty toilet plunger as a weapon. The game also had a currency called Bro, get this. Croc-dollars. Like, croc-dollars.
How didn't I come up with that?
Okay, enough fuckery. This game had its first mention in 4chan. Good old 4chan. And when we trace back to its origins, the things start to fall apart. The box art was allegedly found on a game store's website, and the user that shared said box art didn't bother to share the store's name nor link to the page. Why is that? And why is the game called Kekcroc? Isn't Kek a meme from Warcraft that's mostly used in 4chan? I don't know, man, everything here seems pretty damn sus. Want another fake game that puts Polybius to shambles? Paccie for the PS2!
Damn, that was tough.
Paccie for the PS2. The Lost Media wiki page just says non-existent. That's a good sign. Paccie was supposedly a maze game ripping off Pac-Man, published by Phoenix Games, a company known for their notoriously bad PS2 games with terrible box art. Just look at this box art, like, what the f is even that? And that? And that? We have no information on the gameplay, but it was most likely another Pac-Man clone, which is odd seeing one on the PS2. On the 80s and 90s, sure, there were a lot of those, but in 2004? That seems fishy. But it's Phoenix Games we're talking about, all of their games are ripoffs. In 2020, YouTuber RetroDetect made a video detailing Paccie and debunking the whole thing. Paccie may have been an idea, but it never made past the concept stage, and the box art you saw earlier was stolen from a ray tracing competition older than Phoenix Games itself. Sure, it could have been a placeholder, but I doubt their lazy asses would have made a whole new cover. Their track record shows? Ah, Hong Kong 97, one of the worst games of all time. Released in 1995 for the Super Famicom and developed by Happysoft. You know, Happysoft, known for Hong Kong 97. The game takes place in 1997, during the handover of Hong Kong from the UK to China. Due to the immigration of Chinese citizens, Hong Kong is faced with an increased crime rate, and the government's solution is to send out their most powerful weapon, Chin, a distant relative of Bruce Lee. Yeah, we can tell, buddy. To retaliate, China resurrects Deng Xiaoping, the ultimate Chinese weapon.
And I'm supposed to believe this game's bad? This is great.
Yeah, Deng Xiaoping was still alive when Hong Kong 97 came out, but he did pass away months before the handover of Hong Kong. I wonder how they figured that out. Alright, this game's your classic shoot 'em up, but we have Coca-Cola in the background. Oh my god. Why is the song constantly looping? One thing is looping a 3-minute song, but 8 seconds? The song is actually I Love Beijing Tianmen, a Chinese children's song from the 70s. Still doesn't make it less annoying. The reason this game's on the list, it's because every time you kill an enemy or if you get yourself killed, you are greeted with one of the most disturbing images I've seen in a game. I can't show the proper thing, but the image shows a man bleeding with a hole in his stomach, and in the bottom left corner we can see that the image was taken in 1992. No one has been able to identify the person on the image, and given its low quality, it's unlikely that'll ever happen. Hong Kong 97 was a commercial flop, due to being unlicensed, but it built a cult following on the internet. And apparently we're getting a sequel made by the original developer, Hong Kong 2097. I'm not particularly thrilled about the use of AI-generated images, but sure, if Bubsy's back, bring everyone back. At this point, I don't care.
This is a throwback. This was one of the original creepypastas back in the day, and I doubt you even remember it.
Pale Luna was an obscure 80s computer game that never made it outside of the San Francisco Bay Area. I don't know why Bay Area specifically, but sure, carry on. The game was just your average alt-text adventure game, but upon finishing the game, you were greeted with coordinates. Coordinates to what exactly? Well, the decomposing head of a little blonde girl. Oh no.
Everything about this sucks. Sure, I believed it when I was 8, but looking back at it, it was probably because of the other creepypastas I was exposed that day. Pale Luna flew completely out of everyone's radar, and that was probably for the best. Let's be honest.
Here's the story of a strange game. That came from 4chan. Son of a bitch. From what I've seen, Killswitch seems to be one of the most popular cases of a cursed game, and I have to admit, I've never heard of it. So here it goes. Killswitch was a 1989 computer game developed by Karvina Corporation, a Czechoslovakian developer, and only 5,000 copies were ever released. Killswitch's main shtick is that you only had one shot. If you lost even once, the game would be deleted from your computer and would become unplayable. The game had two routes with two main characters. A girl named Porto. Porto is that a reference to Portugal, man, or Portuguese reference? Oh, come on, man, that's amazing, man. And an invisible demon called Guest. Even if you were a total pro at Killswitch, you only had one playthrough, so you had to choose wisely. Like Polybius, this is nothing more than a hoax. The original story came from The Melancholy of Mecha Girl, a collection of fictional stories written by Catherine M. Valente. But people have taken the idea of Killswitch and turned it into an actual game, like the 2016 game One Shot.
Here's possibly the biggest cursed game, Sad Satan. Don't be fooled by the name, Satan's not even in it.
We're off to a great start. Sad Satan originates from a series of videos by the YouTube channel Obscure Horror Corner from June 2015. This video showed footage of a weird game completely in black and white where you would explore an endless maze while hearing distorted audios of interviews of various murderers and songs, such as I Love Beijing Tian. It's Hong Kong 97 all over again! With the addition of weird audio clips, you were also being constantly flashed with extremely graphic images, stuff like hardcore gore and explicit images of minors. What's the goal here? Sad Satan apparently came from the dark web, and for obvious reasons, the uploader never shared the link to the full game, and maybe that's for the best. But that didn't stop people from searching. It went nowhere, so they did the next best thing, which was recreating it. Shortly after, a second version made its way into 4chan's paranormal board, posted by a sick individual that actually recreated the whole thing with actual CP. Upon examining the game's files, pictures of gore and CP were found, and apparently the whole thing was malware all along. Later, members of the community cleaned this version, removing all explicit images and malware, and it was re-released that same month. But that's not the only version of Sad Satan that exists. Multiple versions of Sad Satan exist online, from playthrough videos like the original, or games that you can actually play. The whole mystery surrounding the original videos still remains. Was it an actual game from the dark web, or was it an ARG, an alternate reality game? Well, do you think this guy knows?
I found Rage.
Everyone knows the mobile app Talking Angela. I already dived into the whole Talking Friends games, but this one is undoubtedly the most surrounded by controversy. The original Talking Angela was nothing like the other Talking Friends games. The game came with a new feature where you could write messages to Angela and she would respond or ask questions. This feature was pretty ahead of its time. However, it didn't last long. In 2014, a rumor began circulating on the internet that the app encouraged children to share personal information about themselves. And not only that, in Angela's eyes you can make out a reflection of a man, so delete this game, Talking Angela is attracting predators. This rumor began on Facebook, and one version even claims that the child went missing after playing Talking Angela. I caught the tail end of this rumor back in the day, but I already knew it was fake. I had been playing Talking Angela for 2 years at that point, and nothing happened.
12 years in and I lost a hand.
The rumor was debunked by the website Snopes.com. Outside of asking the user's name and age, Talking Angela never made any explicit questions or asked for personal information. Outfit 7 even stepped in, saying that every answer is anonymized and removed afterwards. Unfortunately, the rumors still persisted for a few years until 2016, when Outfit 7 removed the chat feature along with the camera functions from Talking Angela. Yeah, I wasn't a fan of the removal, but it is what it is.
Is this what Halloween feels like? I want some cursed shit, and Hong Kong 97 is microscopic compared to my needs.
Oh god, no. Teeth, eyes, ears, it can only mean one thing. That's f***ing Luigi. Wega's Challenge. I think I just myself. This game is fairly simple. Your mission is to collect the little Luigi dolls without being caught by Wega, an inverted PNG image of Luigi from the Luigi's Mansion cover.
This is like owning the sketch of the Mona Lisa.
Let's do it.
Ah, come on, man, I was so close. I was only missing... Oh no, hell no, hell no. Ah.
Okay, what am I supposed to do here? How do we beat that thing?
Defamation. Please solve.
That's right. I have solid proof that you ripped off Nintendo. See? The Nintendo ninjas are coming, motherfucker.
Nintendo ninjas, on the ground, now!
Look, I'm sorry, man. I won't want to much to bring a smile to people's faces, even to a silly little horror game. Is that much to ask? Vegas challenge is for the kids, man. For the kids. Kids love Mario and creepypastas, man. Vegas challenge is for them. I'm doing it for the kids, man. Not for myself.
No,
you guys
no,
need to understand.
no.